trap, I'm talking records, and I really live. Ain't no difference, see my life is like a motion picture. Legendary, I was born to be a born winner. In the mirror, see my spirit, and I know I'm gifted. All my soldiers, throw your wrist up with a new militia. All my partners independent, but they know we with it. In the bottom of the south, yeah, I'm the realest living. And they ain't got a vouch for me, cause they know we did it. Legendary, I'm the leader, and they know I run it. Ain't no shortage on the ground, they know I keep it coming. Gotta watch out for the house, cause you know they hunting. See them flying over top, and I know they want me. You know just what it is, chosen for the land. My spirit can't be broken, my light is eternal. Believing in my soldier that's supporting. Hater may throw shade, but their verbal arrow shall not prosper. Just remember, I'm legendary. My soldiers, throw your wrist up and give praise to the Most High. Chosen to grow, to bring glory to the land. You know what it is. 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 You know what it is.
What up, what up, what up? Welcome to another live airing of Premier Sports Talk. I'm your host, Double P. Whenever you come in, help this live feed get pushed out. Do me a favor, hit that like button. Let me know where you're from. And I ain't going to be too long with it, but I ain't going to be too quick with it either. On this particular segment, I'm going to be talking about the SEC, one of my favorite WNBA college women college basketball players winning the Defensive Player of the Year. I'm then going to pivot over to the NBA, where there is a famous, legendary NBA player who has said that the games in the NBA are being rigged. That blew my mind when I heard this one. I got the video clip here, and you all going to hear that too. What else I got? We had a legendary college football coach passed away today. I want to, show the quick picture of him to pay him honor. He was something else. He was a really good college football coach. Then I'm gonna tap into the NFL. There's so many sports drops being dropped, who's being released, what NFL quarterback's going to be cut. It's just so many. I'm going to be doing only a couple, posting on each one of my live content feeds. But again, do me a favor. The chat's open. Hit that like button. Put your comments in, good, bad, or indifferent. I want to give a shout out to Will Reese. We did a live collaboration today on his podcast. He has the Going Strong podcast up there in Cleveland, Ohio, and Browns Football Talk. It was really, really, really enjoyable. And I got him to commit live that we would at least do 2 a month. So got one more to go for this particular month. So where I want to start here, because I don't want to get too heavy with the passing of the college football coach. So first I want to start it out here with right there. This is a bad young lady, y'all. What amazes me about the University, South Carolina Gamecocks, Dawn Staley is one of the legendary college football coaches. She has a hellified recruiting team down there in South Carolina. They're losing 4 seniors this year. But I just want to, this got posted yesterday on X or Twitter, whatever you want to call it. Raven Johnson was announced the SEC Defensive Player of the Year. Well deserved. The March Madness is coming up on Friday. There's teams on the bubble where in the women's and in the men's where they'll be having some playing games on Friday. No, South Carolina Gamecocks women's team is not one of the teams on the bubble. They're ranked number 1 in their bracket, but they're actually ranked number 3 overall. So I just wanted to give a shout out and props to Raven. For any of you who likes watching the women college basketball, let me know who your team may be, who your favorite player may be in the women college basketball. But she won Defensive Player of the Year. Who I want to drop to next? I don't want to go into that heavy thing, but I'm going to show where this was a bombshell, y'all. And I think maybe somebody may have known this already, but we shall see. We shall see. Is legendary dunk master Dominique Wilkes. Listen to what he has to say, y'all.
Season, I remember Sterling came. Actually, our coach came along and he said, "You guys don't be upset, but I've been told to take y'all out after the first 5 minutes of the game because Sterling wanted to see David Robinson keep the scoring title in the West because he didn't want Shaquille O'Neal to get the scoring title in the East."
I remember when he hit 60 or something like
He
that.
had 70.
70.
He had 70. He had 43
Timeout.
at
So the
half.
game was fixed. He told y'all that y'all not gonna play because he want them.
Took us out, and if you go back and watch that game, we didn't play after that.
I remember Dave
And
Robinson.
I
hitting
remember
70,
walking off the bench
but I don't know
toward the
the
end of the game, and I'm out. They can't offer me enough. I'm done.
You out of there.
Last
playing.
game of the season.
Did y'all hear that? Now, we always be questioning whether or not the MLB, NBA, college football games be fixed or not, but we just heard that's Mr. Dominique Wilkes, legendary dunk master back in the day, won the dunk contest several times, didn't lose until he went up against Michael Jordan. And I was actually alive to see that when they squared off against each other, and I really feel like that Dominique Wilkes did beat Michael Jordan in that dunk contest, but they gave it to Michael Jordan. But it is what it is. Can't change the past. But I'm going to play this one more time because Dominique Wilkes said that, the previous NBA commissioner, David Stern, told them, just listen, the game was fixed. Just so now he's also a legendary David Robinson NBA player, can achieve something in his basketball career.
Last game of the season, I remember Sterling came. Actually, our coach came along and he said, "You guys don't be upset, but I've been told to take y'all out after the first 5 minutes of the game because Sterling wanted to see David Robinson keep the scoring title in the West because he didn't want Shaquille O'Neal to get the scoring title in the East."
I remember when he hit 60 or something like
He
that.
had 70.
70.
He had 70. He had 43
timeout.
at
So the
half.
game was fixed. He told y'all that y'all not gonna play because he want them.
Took us out, and if you go back and watch that game, we didn't play after that.
I remember Dave
And
Robinson.
I
hitting
remember
70,
walking off the bench
but I don't know
toward the
the.
end of the game, and I'm out. They can't offer me enough. I'm done.
You out of there.
Last game of the season.
So there we have it, y'all. There we have it. There we have it. Straight from the legendary mouth. Dominique Wilkes said the previous commissioner, who's no longer living, may he be rested in peace, told him that they was going to take him out because they wanted David Robinson to achieve a personal achievement in his NBA career, which is crazy. Now, what I need to know is, I need y'all to let me know what you think about it. The chat's open. Let me know. Let me know. Again, I'm your host, Double P, host of Premier Sports Talk. I do live weekly airings. So whenever you may come in and watch this live video feed, the ask is that if you can hit that thumbs up button so it'll get pushed out in the YouTube algorithm, drop some comments so it'll get pushed out into the YouTube algorithm. And thank you for being a blessing. It's crazy how when I'm not on here, nobody really bothers me. But as soon as I get in here, everybody want to send emails and texts. So it's crazy. So we just talked about who the SEC, Raven Johnson, got the SEC women's college basketball for South Carolina Gamecocks, won Defensive Player of the Year. The reason why I brought her up and give her recognition because the women's South Carolina team with Coach Dawn Staley doing legendary things is one of my favorite teams in the women's college basketball. So I wanted to give her just due, give her props. I want to drop over here. We lost a legendary coach. We lost a legendary coach today. And it's crazy. They say death comes in threes. So, and this is the second one that I'm aware of this particular week. But we got here legendary coach. Legendary coach Lou Holtz. Lou Holtz. He's died. It happened today at the age of 89. His family announced his passing. So to the Holtz family, prayers of strength and comfort during this time. But he lived a nice, long life. He also, along with being a coach, it says legendary football coach for ESPN analysts. He led 6 college programs. And in 1988, nobody thought he was going to be able to win that national championship game in 1988. And he did with the University of Notre Dame, y'all. He did with the University of Notre Dame. So we lost we lost one heck of a coach, y'all. We lost one heck of a coach. We lost one heck of a coach. Again, do me a favor. Hit that thumbs up button so we can help push this feed out. It would be greatly appreciated. I'm Double P, host of Premier Sports Talk. And y'all have always been blessing me. It's hard to believe that I started this channel back on July 4th evening last year and almost at 4,000 subscribers. So thank you for blessing the channel, because without you blessing the channel, there is no Premier Sports Talk. Where I want to go next. So I want to trigger onto up there in Cleveland. I'm not going to be long with it. I'm trying to keep this feed no more than 35, 40 minutes. Is that up there in Cleveland, it's like that organization's been bad for so long and they've gone through so many quarterbacks ever since Bernie Kosar left the team, is that the mentality up there, it's a mentality of a losing mentality. But I will say this, what I witnessed watching with Shedeur Sanders going to the University of Cleveland, with Andrew Berry having an outstanding draft class last year, with Harold Fanning, the tight end, balling out last year, Keyshawn Junkins, before he got injured, balling out last year, Dylan Sampson balling out last year. They've had one, Carson Schlesinger, he won Defensive Rookie Player of the Year. It is a new era. It is a new Cleveland up there, and the culture's changing because them young dogs is going to be bringing it. So if Andrew Berry, the GM, could even do half as what he did with the draft class, especially with how the AFC North has flipped with their coaches, and the Cincinnati Bengals is the only team to keep their head coach. The AFC North this year is anybody's team to win the AFC North. We got Mike McCarthy that took over for Mike Tomlin. We got Jesse Winter that went to the Baltimore Ravens. Cincinnati Bengals still got their head coach. And we got Todd Monken. They call him the Monken Man up in Cleveland. And the false narrative that's been coming out against Shedeur from the media, the beat writers and the radio stations, the Cleveland Browns organization is pushing back, putting out their own PR content on what they feel. Y'all read, they don't come out and say how they feel, but they show you how they feel. So, it's a shame that with everything that Shedeur Sanders had to go through last year, even Dylan Gabriel, had to go through last year, that they still don't want to say he's going to be the first man up there in Cleveland. So, they got that narrative up there, anybody but Shedeur. So the hottest name It was Malik Willis. Well, actually, it still is Malik Willis, the quarterback that came out of the University of Liberty, went to Tennessee when he first came out, didn't do well there, got let go of. Green Bay Packers picked him up. He's been sitting behind Jordan Love, been learning pretty good. So Malik Willis is the top. He was the top. I'm going to say that again. He was the top free agent quarterback, but just today, Kyler Murray got released. Let me find this. Kyler Murray got released. He got notified. And let me remove this. Kyler Murray got notified that he's going to be released. Shouts out to @MySportsUpdate on X. It says Kyler Murray is already guaranteed $36.8 million from the Cardinals in 2026. But any team that signs him could get him for the veteran minimum of $1.3 million as a result due to offset what the Cardinals owe him. So now they even shouting up in Cleveland. First it was Malik Willis. Now the radio stations and the Cleveland media is up there saying, we want Malik Willis, we want Malik Willis. You know, casting away Shedeur Sanders. Now, granted, the GM and the coach Tom Monken said that all options will be open, but they had a press conference today up there in Cleveland, and they said they're happy with the quarterback room that they have. And if they got to go with what they got, that's what they're going to do. It is what it is. That's what he said they're going to do. Who else here? I said I was dropping 3 of what's going on there. The Cleveland Browns also, if you don't know, the Cleveland Browns, to free up some cap space. This is by ESPN sports writer Daniel Owafusi. He says the Browns have announced that they are releasing offensive lineman Cornelius Lucas and Justin Osborne. So it would free up $1.8 million in cap space by cutting by cutting lineman Cornelius Lucas, and by cutting Osborne. That frees up another $880K. So that frees up another $2,000. Excuse me, $2 million. So you might be asking yourself, how can the Browns afford to release these 2 offensive linemen when they don't have any offensive linemen returning? Well, I take that back. Joe Patonio, been in the league for 12 years. He's contemplating retiring. He has to let the team know by March the 10th next week before free agency opens up on March the 11th if he's going to come back and return. We'll see how it goes. We'll see how that goes. Let me know if any of you, whenever you watch this live feed, let me know if y'all Cleveland Browns fan, if y'all want Shedeur Sanders, not Shedeur, if y'all want offensive lineman Joe Patonio to come back for the Browns. Let me know. Like I said, I'm not going to give you all this news, who got released and who's getting cut. Oh, man, there was another one. There's a wide receiver that got cut for the I'll speak on that. Wide receiver Stephon Diggs for the New England Patriots got notified today. It just dropped right before I went live that the Patriots are releasing him. The reason why they are releasing Stephon Diggs is because if they sign him this year, he was due for his $16 million contract would have ballooned up to $26 million. So what a lot of GMs do, they don't want to extend the contract of players, and they typically release them to let him have an opportunity somewhere else. You know, wish the best for Stephon Diggs. Get one more here before I drop in. Albert Breer, NFL Sports Analysis drop is that what you will know is that Daniel Jones, who's coming off an injury, they're not giving him the franchise tag. It's another tag, which I just learned this week, called a transitional tag, where They get a little bit more money than the franchise tag, but NFL teams is not allowed to franchise tag no more than one player. So Daniel Jones is getting the transition tag, and then their wide receiver, Alex Pierce, he's a bad boy. He's a bad boy. They're letting him test the free agency market to where any team that offers him a contract, but it still allows the Colts. It still allows the Colts to match the offer. So let's get here. I want to talk on the Browns and show this on the Ultimate Cleveland Sports Show what they're talking about up there on Malik Willis. And then I got another live video clip on Jay Crawford speaking on Deshaun Watson. And then I got one more clip, Junkins, the quarterback, coming out speaking on Shedeur Sanders in a positive way.
Don't understand is what is the biggest difference between him and Shedeur? I feel like you got that same thing on your roster.
He's much more athletic.
As far as
and
mobility.
He's probably a much better.
I'm gonna pause it right here. This is the Ultimate Cleveland Sports Show. This guy in the middle, this is Zach Johnson. He is a flip-flopper. He flips more than a pancake. He's something else. We got Garrett Bush to the right. I love tapping into his. It's got G, the barbershop. He's been in the game for a long time. We got the NFL player to the left, Tyvis, played for the Seattle Seahawks and some couple other teams. Also played for the University of Ohio State. He had a successful NFL career for a couple years. Let me finish this up. Like I said, they're speaking about Malik Willis. Let me let y'all listen.
Don't understand is what is the biggest difference between him and Shedeur? I feel like you got that same thing on your roster.
He's much more athletic.
As far as
and
mobility.
He's probably a much better deep ball thrower too. Probably.
I mean, that's one of Shedeur's strongest
I don't know
suits.
about that though. See, like that, I don't.
That's
know
one of
about
his
that.
strong.
I don't know.
I don't think we've seen enough play enough
That's
football
what
to
I'm
make
saying.
like
I
you're
don't
definitive.
know about that.
He
played. How many games did Malik Willis play last year?
He started two.
One start. 3 appearances.
See, that's the thing that gets me. That's the thing.
So let's check out these stats here. Shedeur to the left, completion rating 56.6, 1,400 yards, 7 TDs, 10 interceptions, quarterback rating 6.81. This is what Shedeur Sanders did in 6.5 games. Because I don't want y'all to see this and make the comparison sway you. So Shedeur Sanders did this in 6.5 games. He never got any first team reps. Never was able to practice with the first or second team at all during training camp, during OTAs. He got thrown in the game when Dylan Gabriel got a concussion against the Baltimore Ravens, and he had to learn on the fly. Now, to the right, Malik Willis. To be honest with you, back in the day when he came out, I really wanted him to go to my team, Pittsburgh Steelers, but Steelers didn't pick him up. He got drafted by the Tennessee Titans. Now, this on the right, Malik Willis, this is his career. Now, this is 6.5 games to the left on Shedeur, where Malik Willis has been in the league 3 years. 3 years, y'all. So 3 years comparison to a 6.5 game comparison. I just wanted to point that out. Like I said, y'all can drop comments. Feel free.
3 starts in 2 years.
So he's had, and they got 6 starts total?
6 starts total, yeah. 3 before the Titans gave up on him, and 3 in 2 years.
And this is what these stats right here.
That's his career stats.
Career stats. It says right on the graph.
You got to be kidding me.
I can't do it.
I feel like I don't know about that.
Like
man.
this,
I just
like
don't
this,
know.
right?
I don't know.
It's more the situation where you go into, like, you go to a car dealership, right? And they got this beautiful, it look good, right? And they're like, yeah, man, we got this for the low. And you're like, okay, how much is it? They're like, man, we gonna give you this Audi. You're like, oh man, Audi? How much you gonna charge me for it? I give it to you $5,000. I'm out of here. You like, Well, let me see the Carfax. We ain't got none.
So what do y'all think about that, y'all? What do y'all think about that? Next man up. Next man up. This is still on the Ultimate Cleveland Sports Show now. This is Jay Crawford speaking on Kyler Murray. So, like I said, it's not the Browns organization PR team that's spitting out this false narrative against Shedeur. It is the Browns beat report writers. It is the radio stations, especially during offseason. They have to, get the clickbait or the rage bait to get people to tap into their channel, because if you watch it like I do Monday through Friday, it can make your blood pressure rise sometime, and you have to emotionally detach yourself. But let me give you what Jay Crawford has to say up there on the Ultimate Cleveland Sports Show, y'all. He's speaking on, this one's Deshaun Watson. Anybody but Shedeur, and why don't they want Shedeur to start? It's just crazy.
World where he came so close to seeing his ultimate demise as an NFL player, right? That perhaps he went into his cocoon. He sort of reinvented himself. What are my priorities? I think football is a bigger priority for him now because he's almost lost it. If Sam Darnold can resurrect his career, I'm not saying it's a huge stretch to think that Deshaun Watson can resurrect his career. So if he goes 8-9 and he's 22 touchdowns, 16 picks, no, he's not coming back. But if he goes 13-4, 12-5, 29 touchdowns, 11 picks.
Well, that's, yeah.
Now we're talking
That's
about we have
story.
to reconsider.
That's Jay Crawford from the Ultimate Cleveland Sports Show speaking on Deshaun Watson. And y'all, Deshaun Watson, no matter how bad you may think about him, Deshaun Watson was a bad man. Balled out at the University of Cleveland, went to the tennis, played for the Texans, Houston Texans, balled out there. The man was a beast. The man was something else. But then he had all them legal allegations and had to settle out of court. The last two just got cleared up about a month and a half ago, so he has no more legal allegations against him. He settled it out of court. Luckily, he had that guaranteed $230 million contract that the Cleveland Browns still owe Deshaun $80 million. And that's why a lot of people say, why ain't they cutting Deshaun? Why ain't they cutting Deshaun? Just like Tua getting cut from the Miami Dolphins and Kyler Murray getting cut from the Cardinals. Why don't they just cut Deshaun also? But the reason is the Cleveland Browns is hurting for cap space. And if they cut Deshaun Watson, that $80 million would go against the books, and they wouldn't be able to re-sign free agents or even draft anybody in the draft, because when you draft somebody, depending upon their position and where they're drafted at, per the NFL rules, they have to get paid so much. They have to get paid so much. So what they've been doing is they've been they haven't cut Deshaun Watson for the simple reason that the cap space will kill them against their, for them getting free agents and drafting new players, that they can take Deshaun Watson's contract and restructure it. I said he's owed $80 million, but when they restructure his contract, they free up $43 million. So he's basically money in the bank because they can restructure the contract for Deshaun, give him a bonus for this year that he gets all the money up front, and then they can pay off the rest of his salary the next 2 years. And they have already came out and said, if you don't know, you're about to know, that this was going to be the last official year that Deshaun Watson was going to be with the Cleveland Browns, because next year, with the salary cap getting raised every year by the NFL, that they'll be able to cut Deshaun Watson loose. So people want to say that Deshaun Watson ain't got a chance. You know, he's had 2 Achilles tear injuries. I don't even know how anybody can come back from 1, let alone 2. But he also fractured his shoulder. So he hasn't played in a while. But this little clip right here, I'm going to show you. Even though Shedeur be putting out his clips, Shedeur ain't launched no clips yet this year. But it's about to come. We in March. The players are allowed to go back into the facilities in April. So we're going to be showing, I know Shedeur Sanders and his PR team and Well-Off Media is going to be showing some clips. But Deshaun's already beat Shedeur to the punch. He's been showing clips the past 2 weeks of him throwing the ball. Now he's showing clips of him actually running, doing running back drills. Because me, if I tore my Achilles twice, I would be kind of terrified to get back on that football field thinking I'm going to tear my Achilles up again. So let's look at it real quick.
They don't believe. I feel like they don't believe. They don't believe. Yeah. Yo, they say my crown is fake and that my blood ain't royal. In their eyes,
I'm going to play that one more time, y'all. He ain't blazing down there, but he's looking pretty decent. You know, and they've been saying, you know, the people that's been tapping into this video here, the professionals, they saying give him 2 more months, and it's going to be a real competition up there in Cleveland. But whenever y'all watch this, let me know your thoughts.
they don't believe. I feel like they don't believe. They don't believe. Yeah. Yo, they say my crown is fake and that my blood ain't royal. In their eyes.
So I just wanted to show you that, y'all. I just wanted to show you that. So even though there's the naysayers on Shedeur Sanders, there's are people that are 10 toes down for Shedeur Sanders. All right, Tony Rizzo that be up there on YouTube and on ESPN Cleveland, a really big show. And the Tony Rizzo show comes on at 8 o'clock in the morning. I'm going to let you hear real quick because I'm going to wrap this up. I'm going to let you hear real quick what Tony Rizzo of ESPN Cleveland has to say. Like I said, he's 10 toes down for Shedeur. And then we're going to hear somebody else that's always been down for Shedeur Sanders.
Wants a quick fix. Let's sign some other team's trash to come here and do what? Suck! I'm sick of it. If I'm Shedeur right now, I'm filing all this away, man. I'm building up a stock pot of whoop ass for all the doubters and all the haters out there. Like, this kid has no chance. None. None. This scenario doesn't exist. Give me a break. Can I see this kid play? Oh, I feel better. I had to get that off I'm so sick of no one in this town. No one. All the brilliant media out there. No one's like, oh, well, he can't play, so let's bring some other guy here. Really? Really? You know that, huh? Okay. Okay. Just like you knew Baker was going to take us to the Super Bowl, right? Yeah.
Like I said, that is Tony Rizzo. He has been in the game over 20 years, and he is 10 toes down for Shedeur Sanders. I want to play this. The reason why I watch ESPN Cleveland.
Everybody wants a quick fix. Rizzo. Let's sign some other team's trash to come here and do what? Suck! I'm sick of it. If I'm Shedeur right now, I'm filing all this away, man. I'm building up a stock pot of whoop ass for all the doubters and all the haters out there. Like, this kid has no chance. None. None. This scenario doesn't exist. Give me a break. Can I see this kid play? Oh, I feel better. I had to get that off I'm so sick of no one in this town. No one. All the brilliant media out there. No one's like, oh, well, he can't play, so let's bring some other guy here. Really? Really? You know that, huh? Okay. Okay. Just like you knew Baker was going to take us to the Super Bowl, right? Yeah.
Give credit where credit is due. That is Tony Rizzo, real name Anthony Rizzo. On YouTube, he comes on 8 o'clock in the morning. Tony Rizzo show. He follows it up with ESPN from 8 to 9, and then he follows it up on the Really Big Show on YouTube, and that's the actual live airing of ESPN Cleveland. I tap in every day, like I said earlier on Will Reese Browns Football Talk collaboration. I tap in there every morning like a live cup of Joe coffee, because I'll be addicted listening to them. That's where I follow up on Shedeur and what's going on up there. Tony Rizzo does not play. He goes against Tony Grossi, who was a big-time non-supporter of Shedeur. He pushes back on Mary Kay or anybody, to be truthful with you, that goes against Shedeur Sanders. But I'm going to leave you with this one. I got one more short clip after that. Is Mr. Mel Kiper himself. If you don't know, you should know. He is all about supporting Shedeur Sanders.
Strength in those weather conditions, didn't have an issue there. And in terms of mobility and athleticism, he showed that. People said he couldn't do that. He held up physically, taking hits, some incredible shots he took. So, to me, I don't know what else you would want, considering what he had to go 3-4. Could have very easily been 4-3. Like I said, when he was on the field with Cam Moore, did you see much difference there? The number 1 pick and a 5th-round pick, did you see much difference? I didn't. Obviously he's already proven to be better than Dylan Gabriel, who was a 3rd-round pick. And is he their quarterback of the future? I think he is. The doubters are and the haters are going to be out there saying he's not. Well, yeah, we'll see. We'll see how it plays out. But I got to believe he's surpassed expectations by miles, considering what he had to overcome this year.
So what do y'all think, y'all? Do y'all agree with Mel Kiper or don't you? I'm your host, Double P, host of Premier Sports Talk. Thank you for supporting the channel. Again, hit that like button. Drop your comments wherever you watch it. Shedeur Sanders got a message for y'all before we click out here. He's been going against adversity ever since he was a young lad.
Should have never doubted it. Built for every challenge. Yes, I'm legendary. You know just what it is. Chosen for the land. My spirit can't be broken. My light is eternal. Believing in my soldier that's supporting. Hater may throw shade, but their verbal air shall not prosper. Just remember, I'm legendary. My soldier, throw your wrist up and get prayed to the Most High. Shoulder, chosen the grown one to bring glory to the land. You know what it is. You know what it is. They say my crown is fake. You know what it is. And that my blood ain't royal. I'm talking records and I really live. Ain't no difference. See, my life is like a motion picture. Legendary, I was born to be a born winner. In the mirror, see my spirit, and I know I'm gifted. All my soldiers, throw your wrist up with a new militia. All my partners independent, but they know we live. In the bottom of the south, and I'm the realest live. And they ain't got a vouch for me, cause they know we different. Legendary, I'm the leader, and they know I run it. Ain't no shortage, I'm the gun, they know I keep it coming. Gotta watch out for the hours, cause you know they run it. See them flying over time, and I know they want it. You know just what it is. Chosen for the land. My spirit can't be broken. My light is